Castor, dentinitis, disorder.
That's what the doctor had called it. Honestly, you only remembered those words because they were printed in bright white text on the brochure that the doctor handed you as you headed out the door. When you had been researching your symptoms online last week, you had seen it called something else. Beaver teeth.
There's a lot of helpful tips and resources in this,
He said, pointing to the paper in my hand.
As long as you take care of yourself, you can live a perfectly normal life.
You nodded in response, unable to form words. You still couldn't believe the diagnosis, even though the evidence smacked you in the face every time you looked in the mirror. Even your friends and co-workers had started asking questions.
Are you okay?
Maybe you should take some time off.
Let me know if you need anything.
You had thought that maybe if you pretended you were fine, that everyone else would believe it too. But clearly you weren't doing as good of a job as you thought you were. You wrapped your scarf around your chin tightly before passing the walk-in's receptionist, and didn't respond when she said,
Have a good day. Stay warm out there.
with a wave and a smile. A normal toothed smile. Your teeth had started growing about 4 months ago. It was slow at first, maybe only a millimeter or two over the course of a couple weeks. You would have barely even noticed the change if it hadn't been for the accompanying ache. It felt like the growing pains you had as a child. A tight soreness right at the front of your face, stretching from between your eyes down to the roots of your incisors. Like your skull was shifting and resettling into place. Except it never fully settled. This past month, the growth had started to speed up. You could now see your teeth popping out from under your top lip, even when your mouth was closed. With a wave of fear, you had decided to start measuring. Recording. You were on track to have 2 whole extra centimeters of teeth by next week. The door to the walk-in struggled to open against the freezing January storm. You half jogged to your old sedan in the parking lot, shoulders hunched against the wind. Even with your scarf, the cold seeped through the thin fabric and stabbed at your teeth. You felt shocks of sensitivity shoot up into your brain. Reaching your car, you rushed inside, fumbling with the brochure, desperate to find these helpful tips that the doctor mentioned.
Self-care is key,
Said the first line mockingly.
With proper maintenance,
You too can live a normal life. The bone-white blizzard howled on the other side of your windshield. You felt something slip out from between the waxy pages and fall onto your lap. You looked down to see
What's this?
a nail file.
proper maintenance, a normal life.
Before you allowed yourself to realize what you were doing, you brought the nail file up to your teeth, shaking. The feeling of the rough metal against bone made you gag. Slowly, you started to saw back and forth, squeezing your eyes shut as hard as you could. The tension in your face almost distracted you from the rough feeling of metal against teeth. Your sawing became faster and faster. The friction vibrated your skull as the file passed over enamel back and forth. You imagined that the vibrations were slowly loosening your teeth from their gum sockets, and you started to panic. But you knew it was all in your head. Your beaver teeth were much stronger than your old ones. You continued to saw, the grating sound mixed with the thrashing of the wind against the car. After a while, you became numb to the vibrating. But you still couldn't get used to the sound, or the smell, like powdered calcium when the dentist drills your teeth for a filling. But you could feel the nail file working, so you sawed more frantically. The enamel dust built up on the file and billowed into your mouth and nose with every inhale, making you gag more. You quickly learned to hold your breath. You snuck a peek at your progress in the rearview mirror as you kept filing. Your face had a fine layer of white powder all over it, and the hand holding the nail file was white knuckled, but your teeth were noticeably shorter. You started to tear up with relief, and continue to file with determination.
Proper maintenance, a normal life, a normal